My name's Alex. I'm an associate consultant for Focus Education. What we've also thought very carefully about is developing golden threads through our curriculum. So we wanted to make it really clear some of the links across different units of learning. So we've identified some of the key concepts in history and in geography that we feel apply very much so to lots of our units of learning that we've developed. And we've made a point of highlighting those to teachers through the use of these images and these symbols to ensure that actually it's really easy to start seeing which units link, for example, for the concept of monarchy, where that comes into your history teaching in different units and where it doesn't. To model how we've drawn all this together, every unit has an overview. So you can see there, I've just mentioned the golden threads. So along the top, you've got all six of the history golden threads there, but the ones that are highlighted and popping out and have been illuminated with that purple glow, they're the ones that are present as part of this unit of learning. The ones that are faded out, it means that they don't necessarily come into it as prominently based on the content of the unit. You might look at that unit and want to make some adaptations, and that's fine, and maybe it becomes more prominent, and that's entirely up to you as teachers and as a school. But this is just a starting point for you. Also, within that, every unit is led by an overarching inquiry question. So we've got, why was ancient Egypt civilization ahead of its time here? And that is then developed into your components with 4 or 5 sub-inquiry questions. And this is the same for history, geography, science, and our new DT units that we've developed recently too. That's taken from your substantive knowledge. So the key 5 pieces of substantive knowledge are turned into your inquiry questions and might be worded slightly differently, but that's essentially where they come from. And that's to ensure that it's at the forefront. The key knowledge is at the forefront of every unit of learning that you're teaching through the learning challenge. And then finally, your disciplinary knowledge that applies to that unit of learning is there. It's taken from the progression for the year group, so in this case, year 4. Certain elements might have been worded slightly differently to be more specific to the unit at different points. But essentially, the disciplinary knowledge is largely the same across the units that you will teach within that year group. To go a little bit further then into the golden threads idea to show you how that works, we've got here an overview of the year 2 unit. So as you can see, some schools choose to teach 2 units across a year, some choose to teach 3 units across a year. But here you can see all sort of 6 or 7 options that we have for you. So there's lots of elements of choice, but you can see there where the golden threads are highlighted within different units. You can see that some of them, such as invention, come up in all but 1, whereas monarchy only comes up in 3 of them. So that might influence some of your decision making, but it's not the be all and end all. It's more just to highlight where those concepts come up so that as you build your progression through the school, actually you can see the opportunities for making links across those concepts and hopefully consolidating children's understanding of prior learning and supporting them to utilize it to make new learning stick.